We believe that knowledge must be shared and connected. This is why we created UNI-MINDS, the biggest Slovenian online festival created to connect academia and industry. Here, you can find partners and ideas for your challenges and see how the industry and academia can join forces to build a smarter, healthier, and sustainable future. The first editions of the UNI-MINDS showed us the values we need to follow in order to be successful.
Focus is important, especially for a small country like Slovenia is, and to have this shared vision where we want to play and where we want to be really the best.
Failure is not necessarily a sign of weakness. It's an opportunity to learn, to go on, and then try again and be successful.
Openness really helps, and people who are more open, they sort of succeed.
It is essential if we as professors want our research to have impact, if we want to work on relevant projects.
So do not miss the third edition of UNI-MINDS. The festival will take place online from the 8th to the 10th of November, featuring an interdisciplinary program with best innovation practices of Slovenian EIT hubs, insight into world innovation trends, and Slovenian frontrunners. For additional information and past events, visit the festival website. We look forward to innovate together.
Welcome everyone to the third edition of the UNI-MINDS Festival, second day. My name is Gabriela from the Knowledge Transfer Office at the University of Ljubljana, and I am pleased to be sharing this session for you. The mission of the festival remains to strengthen industry-academia partnerships and to grow the innovation community within Slovenia and between Slovenia and the rest of the world. This session will be focusing on the health trends, and as always, we do encourage you to ask your questions throughout the session in the Kubilo platform. Now I'm very happy to present our keynote speaker, Dr. Ion-Gheorghe Petrovai. He is a medical doctor, a marketeer, a trainer, and a community builder. He's a strong believer that startups and small NGOs like FreshBlood HealthTech can improve healthcare significantly because they have the least to lose when compared to established stakeholders. He's focused on supporting healthcare innovation through people, projects, and partnerships. Thank you, Ion, for being with us. Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Gabriela, for the invitation. Can you hear me properly? All is fine?
Yes, it's fine.
Cool. Then I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to switch to full screen mode. Okay, so can you see properly my slide? All is okay?
It's fine. Okay.
So thank you very much for the invitation, first and foremost. I'm very happy to be here with you. I'm talking to you from Transylvania, and Transylvania, some of you might know or might not, is not very far from Ljubljana and from Slovenia in general. It's 1 day of traveling by car. I actually did this in September, and I'm based in Cluj-Napoca. Cluj-Napoca is a city with a strong multicultural experience, pretty much like Ljubljana. We have a number of names in different languages because we have a history that basically more than 100 years ago we were part of the same empire. So we have a shared history, at least in this field. What happened in the last 20-30 years? We became a top IT and industrial center. There are more than 20,000 employees in the field of IT. These are just a number of companies, and of course there are a number of startups which are beginning to be visible from Cluj-Napoca. The topic of my presentation today is health innovation for students. But first, I think that I need to introduce myself. I'm Ion Petrovai. I have more than 20 years of activity in the fields of health, and I work with a number of hats. I'm also a co-founder and innovation director for FreshBlood. I work at the university, and I'm also active in the startup field as a startup advisor and angel investor, and as business development consultant. The main organization that I'm part of and the main focus, as Gabriela was saying, is a way to change healthcare for better. And we choose this way to drive healthcare innovation faster at FreshBlood through people, through projects, and to partnerships. And in this context, we got together as partner with EIT Health in the last 6 years actually. And we are focusing on helping those that want to innovate and change in better our life. A few words on my agenda. I have something like 20 minutes. A few words about the innovation. What about the startups, and what about the students? And the first question that I will have for you, of course, it's a very rhetorical question. What is this? Everybody knows this is the last model of iPhone, not the last, but one of the last models of iPhone. But my question for you is, what is this replaced? And I'm sure that you already see through the app how much time you are spending on your iPhone, because actually iPhone replaced everything that is on this picture, including the phone, the books, the recorder, the clock, the photo camera, the GPS, the music storage. And this is a way how innovation is improving our life. And the same thing is actually happening slower and slower in the field of healthcare, because everybody needs innovation as a new way to solve problem. And that's actually the virtuous circle of innovation, starting from the actual standard of care, moving to the challenges, and then to proof of principle, proof of value, resulting into a product, and then becoming a new practice. What we see more and more is that opportunity to embed innovation and innovative thinking in the university. And for example, I'm a medical doctor by training. I do believe that doctors should be more exposed to innovation, because doctors in itself, they are very conservative by training, and they are seeing things as, especially from a danger perspective, and not necessarily from an opportunity perspective. So my question for you, all of you, is healthcare innovation only for doctors? And maybe you thought about this, and people would see things being quite separated. Because most of the time, somebody that wants to innovate in healthcare, and we see more and more examples like this, are coming to the administration, to the medical system, and doctors would say that we are very, very busy, and the administration says that we got this. However, there are a number of proofs that there is room to improve. And the biggest challenge is actually to understand the bigger picture. I'm also adjunct professor at public health. We have a program in English at the public health department of Babeș-Bolyai University. And here, one of the things that we see and teach is that health is not only connected with the healthcare system. So sometimes it's not enough to increase the numbers of doctors, or you can do a small impact increasing the number of doctors, as you can do, for example, improving the economic stability, improving the education, or improving the food access of people. And this creates a lot of challenges for the government, but also creates a lot of opportunities for the innovators. I encourage you to think all the times whether the impact of healthcare intervention can be improved or can be worsened by an administrative decision. Because we have one more thing in the last 50, 70 years. We have technology. And technology is usually moving very, very fast. And those of you that have a technology background know this, how often the technology is changing and improving. And the impact is visible in healthcare as well, because we have technology, we have now smartphones, and we have WhatsApp. And then the individuals are exchanging WhatsApp pictures with the ups and downs of this. And then the businesses become interested, and we have telemedicine startups. And at the end, the government would say, yes, if we need, we will have telemedicine norms that can actually put everything into perspective. And this is the way that things should be seen. And in many situations, the healthcare system will be the last one to move. Another question, probably now you are quite familiar about the startups and about the tech and IT people that are doing this and changing the world, getting maybe rich and highly acknowledged in the process. In the healthcare field, we need a little bit more. And I will start just from a startup definition that I like a lot, is that a startup is basically a team aiming to solve a problem. And the 5 characteristics of a startup is that it focuses on growth, which means focusing on understanding and solving a larger share of the problem. It has a team with more than one person. It has to have a limited size, has to work with technology. It has to be innovative. And I'm not talking Nobel level prize innovation or discovery, but actually something that can be implemented in practice. And because we are in a university context, this has been sometimes not so long ago, but not so recently, structured together by the Stanford team, which is Stanford Medicine, Stanford Engineering, and Stanford Business. And they might not be so known in the medical field, but they are very, very well known in the field of business and in engineering. And they said, for innovation, you need to have multidisciplinary teams. And this is one of the biggest things that I'm sharing and I'm communicating with the startups, that they need to have a strong team. And a strong team is a balanced and multidisciplinary team. And you hear this all the time, multidisciplinary. But in the startups, in the healthcare field, there is no other way. You need to have not only people with the medical background that would understand the problem, you need to have people with the technical background that will actually be able to build the solution or embed technology in the solution. You need to have people with a business background that can actually share the solution, and you need somebody that has the design background. And this design means not just to make things that look nice, but things that can be easily used. Remember, the iPhone basically has no user manual because it's so well designed that people know instantly how to use it. And this is actually part of a larger methodology. And in my experience with plenty of startups and innovators, usually people come with an idea. Yeah, I have an idea, which is incidentally stage 4 of the 6 steps of the healthcare innovation, and say, yeah, but it's my idea, it's the best, it's everything should be done like this. Well, you need to understand whether there is a problem. You need to understand whether people care about the problem. You need to understand what are the options to solve the problem. And then you will see, you need to understand how your idea is connected. And this was inspired by this guy, which is quite famous in the medical world, Dr. Thomas Fogarty, which defined the embolectomy catheter. But this has now been a structure that has been taught all over the world. I am being trained myself in this field, and do believe me, it works. It works, and this is the need is here, and this is why we have more and more startups. And we at FreshBlood, we are doing the Romania HealthTech Startups Map. We will expand this also in the future to other countries. But what we have seen recently is that people begin to have more and more ideas about solving relevant problems. And we structure this aligned with the individuals, patients, institutions, healthcare professionals, and on the bottom is telemedicine tools, because telemedicine is basically the entry point into innovation for many, many healthcare professionals or many healthcare innovators in general. What is important, I think, for you is what can a student do? And I'm talking not only about students, but I can also think about young professionals. Young professionals are the ones that are building now their careers and evaluating their options. And I have 3 scenarios. Maybe some of you have seen this chart on the top left side of my screen about distribution of innovation. That's a chart from the 60s. I think it's repeated pretty much in life. I have seen it happen. And it says that most of the people would just prefer the things to stay the way they are. It happens in all fields of life. I'm personally not a major innovator myself. I prefer in healthcare to wait to see how the things are developing and how can I benefit of them. So my advice for those that actually are not that motivated by innovation or prefer better control, to get out of the way. It's very simple. You can ignore change or you can complain. It's quite specific in the Eastern Europe, I would say, and you can focus on the money. And this is probably, let's say, a safe approach to embrace. However, this is not necessarily the approach that will actually take us forward. Then you might have, and I do hope that in this conference we have more people like this that are curious, that are actually thinking or already participating in a hackathon. They are focused on growing themselves. And for them, they would be called the early majority, are the people that wait for things to happen, but they are willing to move earlier than the others. And there are opportunities for this, and I wanted to share two opportunities for today. One of them for these for EIT Health, and another one from Connect. But before actually focusing on opportunities, my advice is actually to connect with the reality. And the reality in healthcare is called patient journey, which means what is happening to the patient, with the patient, and around the patient from the symptoms that have identified until there is a conclusion or a stabilization of the disease. And this is a patient journey in oncology. And because it's one of the most complicated patient journey, just see on the bottom how many healthcare professionals is the patient seeing and interacting and actually having things to implement based on the interaction with them. So do not be afraid of entering the complexity of the field and find out what is actually happening. The question is, who can help you? Well, there are two options, and these are two options that I would like to share with you. On the left, you have the EIT Health, which is also one of the supporters of the session here. And if you go to the EIT Health site, to what we do and the programs, you just select students and you pick what you like. And here you have 13 results, and you have innovation days, you have the courses, the PhDs, innovation management courses. Everything can be used to actually increase your know-how and your expertise in understanding and maybe explore a pathway of innovation. On the other side, we have a project which is called Connect, which is running from in the last 2 years. We are building e-health curriculum and a community of practice. It's publicly available, and you can join us from anywhere in the world. And we are actually trying to build a way to teach the students and the young professionals in the field of e-health, which goes together with innovation and entrepreneurship. Strongly invite you to join, to check it out, the work that we do, and maybe connect with the other people. It's a project coordinated together with Porto University, FreshBlood, and Babeș-Bolyai University from Cluj-Napoca. Another option, which is let's say the most challenging option, but it's the way to change the world. The ones that lead, I'm talking innovators here, but also early adopters, because early adopters are also the ones that see the innovation happening and say, I will take the chance to test or use innovation, maybe become a founder, and you can focus here on impact, because after being focused on growth at follow, now it's about how you want to change the world into a better place, for sure. So here we have also resources from EIT Health and from HubVantage. EIT Health is at the same place. You just go to eithealth.eu, what we do our programs, and you select entrepreneurs and innovators. And here you have, for example, 25 results that are available, and you have schools, you have opportunities for funding. you can actually grow your project in a sustainable way. And if you are part of our community, which we are also trying to expand, we have this program which we just started, also VAT Health Support, which is called Hub Vantage, where we put founders in direct connection with the healthcare mentors. And we are doing something called the reality check. And the reality starts from the ecosystem where everybody wants to innovate. And we have investors connected, and we have healthcare organization connected. And in the scheme of things, you can evolve faster by understanding what is in front of you. As a conclusion, I do believe that students and young specialists, not only from healthcare, have a place in healthcare innovation, as I said during part of the multidisciplinary teams. I do believe that education and health are available, and we would be happy to share some of our fresh blood from Transylvania. Just search for Health Innovators groups on LinkedIn and Facebook. There are English language health groups, or you can connect with us at the links on the right. And one other thing that I do believe that matters is that ideas fail, people don't, which was one of the beliefs that that we have. So thank you very much. And I have another clip that I would like to share with you. I think I have another 1 minute. One moment, please. Just to... And I think that's a clip for all innovators especially for the girls. I am a father of 3 girls, and I'm learning a lot of things every single day. And I just wanted to share this clip with you because I think that's relevant. Please tell me if you hear the sound. I'm going to share it now. You see my screen.
Maybe if you just try to, sorry to interrupt, to share
Yes.
it once more, and while you share it, just select also share sound.
I tried, but I was. It appears it's funny because the sound was missing. Anyway, that's going to be then maybe for another time. If I cannot wait. No, it appears that I have a challenge on this. Anyway, thank you very much for the time, and I will happy to answer some questions if there are some questions.
Thank you. Yeah. I think we don't have any question in the chat. So what is the main takeaway? Connect with reality, but take action.
I do believe that innovation starts with the reality, and this is very important in the healthcare field, because if you ask to the doctors, everybody will tell you how things should be done, because you have guidelines, you have best practices, you have, let's say, wishes. Everybody is willing for 100% patient compliance. Everybody is willing for 100% results of the operation, and we are being taught about this. Everybody wants 100%, but this is not the reality. The reality is maybe it's between maybe 50% or maybe to 60, 70, 80%. And it's about starting from 50% and increasing by 10% or by 20%, which can make a huge difference in terms of innovation impact and in terms of the life of people that you want to help. And very important, part of the innovation team should be people with the technological background, people with the business background, people with the user experience background, and people with the healthcare background, in order to have a team that will not be blocked. Because there will be steps along the way of innovation project development. And if you are trying to solve just by pushing one competence ahead, you will simply stop. And I'm sure this is the case at the university level. You have great research. If it has no connection with the business, at one point, people will just begin to ignore you. Or you have the other way around. If you have great technical solutions, if you have no medical insight, at one point, people will stop talking to you. And you will see, yeah, but what happened? You actually did not have the right communication and the right value proposition. That would be the two key learnings.
Thank you, Ion, for your insight, for your fresh view. You are all welcome to connect with Ion, as he said. Thanks to the participants also for being with us today. And you are all welcome to join the next session in Jubilo, the fireside chat that we are all waiting for. So see you in a few minutes. Thank you, Ion.
Thank you very much. All the best from Transylvania. Please connect
you.
with me on LinkedIn. Looking forward to reach out.
Looking forward.
Bye.